Today's 12 months of Christmas challenge project is all about these cute little Christmas candies. Hey, it's Beth. Welcome. This is my 12 months of Christmas challenge. It's just a personal challenge that I've started for myself to remind me to work on Christmas projects for our fall and holiday craft shows, like all throughout the year, instead of saving them all up until fall when things are already getting crazy. So each month it varies as to what I do. Last month I did Christmas cards. This month I am working on, it's a little kind of a smalls type project that I had seen on Pinterest several variations of for various holidays, Christmas and Halloween and Valentine's maybe. But it uses scrap fabric. And it uses something else in my stash that I've been trying to figure out what I could do with forever. So what I'm making today are these cute little Christmas candies. So they look like, the little candies you could buy in a bag and that you might set out just to snack on and be a little festive kind of decor piece at the holidays. But these are not real, and they are made with scrap fabric and wooden wheels. So my dad used to make wooden train sets, and when he passed away, I kind of inherited a lot of his wood scrap or leftover crafty parts. And we have two small shoebox size bins full of these different size wheels, like the larger and the smaller. And we've held on to them for years, not knowing what we would ever do with them because we don't necessarily make the trains. But I kept them just in case I could use them, I don't know, in some other way. And I finally found a way that I can use some of them. So I have made a whole bunch of candies so far and then wanted to show you how I did it. And if you don't have wheels, not many people don't have random wooden wheels, but you can buy things like this at Hobby Lobby. Or I was thinking if you have random gems, sometimes you can buy those they're large flat gems. I know I have one in a plant somewhere around here, but it's not near my desk. But they're about that size, kind of clear but colored, like glass gems. Those might work really well. I think sometimes you can even find those at Dollar Tree. But I do think you can find wood wheels or discs like this at Hobby Lobby, also in their wood section. But really, even if you just wanted to use up scrap fabric and say you had batting or stuffing, you could probably cut circles out of batting, layer them up, and still wrap them, or just use stuffing. You could be creative, find whatever in your stash might work. I was thinking even a bigger version of this. I had actually just gotten rid of a bag of random poker chips earlier this summer, and those, they're bigger, but they could have made a bigger version of this, just kind of layered together. So anyway, this is kind of a use what you have kind of project. And then this is some scrap fabric that I had inherited from my mom. I just kind of went through some of the Christmas fabric scraps that I had gotten from her and just cut them down even more to make these. So I have two sizes here because I have two sizes of wheels. So for these measurements may not mean anything to you because you're going to be using something different for this probably. But I cut my fabric to be roughly 4 by 4 and then came in with, I think they're called pinking shears to give me kind of the zigzag edge here. That kind of, I don't know, I wanted a decorative edge, kind of what you'd see sometimes on the fancy decorative candy wrapper, fancy candy wrappers. So basically this is super simple, no sew. I am also going to be using some twine to tie off my ends. But I'm taking my wheel and I'm putting it with the indented side face up, which is going to ultimately be the bottom of my candy. And all I'm going to do is just fold, make sure that it folds over both ways, but I'm going to bring in my hot glue gun, add some glue to my wheel there to hold this side of the fabric down. And then bring this side over. And I usually add glue to the fabric on this side just so it stays flat and like there's not something sticking up. So now that is held together. So at this point, because I didn't have like a even end here, I am going to come in and re-trim this. And sometimes I have to do it, I do it again after I've tied off the ends because it gets jagged again. But so then all I'm going to do is take some twine, and I'm using kind of a gold and white twine here because I didn't have like a really good solid red twine that would work, and I kind of wanted something a little contrasty, so I went with the gold. So you don't need like really long pieces here, you just need enough to work with, basically, that your fingers can work with to tie some knots. So I'm going to take my twine, wrap it underneath the end here, and then sometimes I kind of have to finagle it, and I'm going to tie one knot first, kind of make sure it's where I want it. Sometimes I have to straighten out the end, and then the challenge is to keep it tight while you tie your second knot. And some of the fabrics worked better for this than others. Some of the fabric was like a thicker and harder to tie. This one's a little bit thicker, like this one was thinner and kind of easier to work with. So it can, you know, depending on the fabric you have, it may be a little easier or harder. But I'm trying to work my twine up as close to my wheel as I can. See, you know, like this one, I don't like how that's coming in, but ultimately it's not that bad. So trying to pull it as tight as I can. And you may be asking why. For our handmade business that we have, we do a lot of tiered tray decoration. So these are the, you know, the trays that you see that like have kind of multiple levels, and then people put like kind of small items, and they're really fun to decorate for holidays. So here you can kind of see where you can see the inside of the fabric. I don't love that, so I want to trim that back a little bit so you don't see as much of that. And then I'm going to trim my ends of my twine so that it's kind of short. Like, I don't mind seeing the twine because, like I said, it adds a little bit of contrast. So there's one. And then we'll move on to the second wheel, and we're going to do it the same way. So back to the why. We do a lot of tiered tray decor, and especially for the holidays. And so this is just kind of a fun tray filler. Like sometimes you just need something little to fill in a space, or maybe you have a little dish and you just wanted to add a little something to it. If you were to look on Pinterest, this is also something that would be called a bowl filler. So you could even just, again, set these out in a bowl on your counter or table at Christmas, and it's candy that won't go bad, or, you know, it's not edible. It's just something to look cute, look festive. So I'm going to do my twine again, and I'm going to go a little bit longer because with the gold thread in this twine, it tends to separate. So it's kind of harder to tie off. So I have a ton of twine in my stash. that I don't think to use very often. So this is a great project for that, for me. And then, like I said, I'm excited that I found a way to use some of those wheels and the scrap fabric that's been in my stash for a while. So I know you're used to seeing more paper projects on my channel. Like, you don't see many fabric projects around here, but I do have it, and I do fabric projects sometimes. I'm not a big sewer. I have a love-hate relationship with my sewing machine, but sometimes I really just want a certain thing, and if it requires me to sew it, then I will give it my best shot. I am not the best sewer. My sisters they all inherited that gene. I inherited the paper gene from somewhere. Okay, trim those down, and then I might come and cut this one a little shorter just so it kind of balances out the other side a little better. And these pinking shears also came from my mom as well. I remember her using these all the time in my childhood. So there we go. Just to show you what it could look like sitting on your counter. Like, I just have kind of a decorative glass bowl. And then you have a bowl of candies. But again, you could also like scatter these if you have just a tray of something. You can scatter them around like on a tray if it's like on the center of your coffee table or something. Kind of scatter these around, or even tuck them into places on your tiered tray if you have them. So along those lines of tier tray decorations, I also did some more Christmas garlands. So these are wooden beads, and I kind of get these a variety of different places, depending on like the colors. And then I have these little wooden slices, like tree kind of slices that I picked up for 75 cents on clearance, I think from Meijer years ago. Been trying to figure out a good way to use those. So I have these little gingerbread, I think they're supposed to be iron-on like appliques, but I just glued it onto the wood slice, and then I strung some twine with my beads. I created a little ribbon and twine tassel here on one end. So again, this is just kind of a fun item to add to a tray or even along a shelf, or a tier tray, just to kind of add some color, some texture, you can drape it so it adds a little bit of kind of height, different variations. So I have another one kind of very similar to that one. I did the same things. They kind of, even though I did the same process, like with the tassels and everything, they still look a little slightly different. And then this one is, I used a rub-on from the Simple Stories, Simple Vintage, 'Tis the Season rub-on pack. And so I actually layered two of them. One kind of was more of like the background, like you can kind of faintly see a little bit of lettering in the background. And then did the holly rub-on on top of that. And then I did seal that with some polyacrylic just so that the rub-on would stay. But I used some smaller beads and I went more of a lighter tone on this one. I was thinking more gingerbread with these, like with the kind of yellowy brown. This one I just went more of a natural with the red, white, and green. And then some different ribbons for the tassel. So just some small projects that I can add to my inventory for our craft shows that are coming up, and something different. It's always nice to flex a different muscle sometimes and use different part of your brain on some craft projects, but it was really nice to find a way to use those wheels in some of my scrap fabric for sure. So hope you guys enjoyed the different kind of project I did today. Maybe you got some ideas on ways to use up some random items or, you know, fabric scraps in your stash. Like I said, I've also seen this for Halloween. I just don't have any Halloween type fabric, so you could do it for Halloween as well. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for your time, and I hope you all have a very crafty day.